Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful Whiskey Wednesday night back here on the Master Drum. Man, these weeks just go by. I feel like I literally just did a live stream with you guys like yesterday, but it's been a week and we are back. And good to be back tonight. We have ourselves a show. We have some pretty crazy whiskeys to go through tonight. Lots of questions about the new Bardstown releases. I found a Booker's Milkshake. That's right, Booker's Milkshake. Which is the second release for 2026. Not sure if that's going to taste like a milkshake or not, but we're going to try it. That should be pretty fun. That's right, guys. We have 1 week until the finals of Blendageddon. That's right. Next week, it is finally happening. Finals week of Blendageddon with Mr. Matt Porter, ADHD Whiskey. So, yeah, we had the bottles to talk about tonight. What's already in the giveaway? There is a link in the chat that's pinned. I kind of reset it because the last one was done so long ago. So if you have a bottle you would like to donate for the giveaway to help raise money for Nationwide Children's Hospital right here in Columbus, Ohio, please donate. Think about donating a bottle. You can click that link, fill out the form, and yeah, go from there. So I appreciate everybody. Steve, that's right. Get your douche flutes out if you have that. Those are that's what I call vape pens or douche flutes. Jason, what the fuck, man? Every time I see the Mets on ESPN, it's a highlight for the other team. That Rob Grand Slam was wild. Wings and Whiskey. The Mets are 11-15 since the trade deadline. They've decided to win games. It's weird. But yes, Fernando Tatis Jr. pretty much took over that game yesterday. But they won today. They won the series against the Padres, one of the hottest teams in the league. I can't explain it. Look, the Mets aren't a playoff team. They're not going to sniff the playoffs, but kind of fun to watch right now. At least they're not losing every game like they were in the first half of the year. So there's that. Let's see. What else we got here? What's up, Jay? We got Travis 0717. All right, I'm gonna kick off at the top here. But thank you for the super chat, Wings and Whiskey. I forgot if I didn't say thank you. I appreciate that, man. $5 super chat kicking off the night. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Jason, is the Creighton Sick Whiskey still releasing Friday? Oh, the Crittendens? Yes. Yeah, I believe they are releasing Friday. Rocking the Char 5, I see. Yes, we got a Char 5 tonight. Okay. Hola and salute, everyone. We got the bourbon coaches here. That's me. Okay, next up, Nathan Jurgensen. He's got the JD Distillery Series High Angel Share Coy Hill in the glass. There you go. 96 Milliman is here. The Jura looks interesting. Hope it's not too smoky. Cheers. We will definitely get into that tonight. Neat 123 is here. Joey B is in the house. Tim Romero Philosophize is here. We got 4 Leaf Whiskey. Stacy, the Irish whiskey legend. Local amazing person here in Columbus, Ohio. How you doing, Stacy? Top Dog is here. Great channel, by the way, too, from Stacy, 4 Leaf Whiskey. Go check it out. Mark Hoyle is here. Jason K. We got, let's see, said hi to Mark Doe. We got Slapshot Review. What is going on, Brian? We got Rees Mash. Old Elk 10-year weeded whiskey in the glass tonight. Celebrated my 50th birthday yesterday, so feeling a bit old today. Rees Mash, I'm 1 year behind you, buddy, but happy 50th. Happy 50th, buddy. It's a good milestone. Aging like a fine bourbon. I tell you what, the way these bourbons are going, it's not going to be far off until we see a 50-year age bourbon. Oh, God, could you imagine? WV Whiskey, what's up? Freeport Steve, Reveries the Deep in the Glen. Happy Whiskey Wednesday, everyone. Randall the Express Erickson. What's going on, Randall? Sandeep Chima. We got Scott S. Maurizio Pastenis is here. Dr. Sped, Obtanium M&J pick in the Glen. Fantastic. Oh, you got the lumberjacked. Yep. Bozewan guy is here. We got Wade Ward in the house. Roscoe P. Coltrane. Top Jimmy, of course, is here. Trucker B. Sprizzy is in the house. What's going on, man? Adam Hinson. What's going on, Flo Rida? Nice to see you, buddy. Cheers, all KC12. Cast Strength in the Glen tonight from Tim Jurgensen. Justin Jenkins is here. Steve 0428. Block's Beer Bourbon Barbecue. Very nice. Nice to see you, buddy, as always. Sweet Cindy is here chasing your happy hump day. Rest in peace, Frank Beard. Awesome drummer. Yes, I heard about that. Great drummer, Frank Beard. Heard about him passing away. All the great musicians. Cherish them while you can, everybody. Matt's Palace is here. Danny Lynn, greetings all. Shemi is here. Let's see. Steve Shine is here. Let's go, New York Met. I know. The Mets are crazy right now. What is happening? JG is here. Brian Newton is here. What's going on, man? Kenneth Clark. Kirk Hanselman is here. 5926. Nice to see you, man. Thanks for chiming in tonight. Pocket Pour. Oh, God. Let's start with the Pocket Pour. That was a funny segment on the Bourbon Hunters podcast. I shared pocket pours with Dan Shook. What the hell is a pocket pour, dude? JD always makes me laugh. We got James Lade here. We got Tony Martin, Abrod, Casey, Corvette Trey, JG, and a bunch more people coming in. I'm gonna skip down to the bottom here. Okay, D-Train. As a singer, when Robert Palmer finally crosses over, I'm going to be crushed. Let's see here. Nationwide Children's Hospital is a great cause. I help all my friends' baby. He's healthy 7-year-old today. Yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, just to kind of let you guys know, we are going to do a fundraiser for Nationwide Children's Hospital right here in Ohio. And what's cool is I'm going old school. I'm not going through like GoFundMe or anything like that. They take too much of a take too much of a percentage. So we're going old school. We're just going to make donations through PayPal. So PayPal will be the donation station for the cause. I'll give you guys those details as we get closer to the event next week. And you're going to see me basically donate the money right there on the spot on next week on Wednesday night. So it's going to be, because you could pay right through PayPal, which is pretty amazing. You can make the donation right through PayPal. So I will do that next week live, hopefully. Hopefully that works out. Hopefully it's as easy as I'm thinking it is. I just rather do it that way. So I completely emptied out my PayPal account. It's at zero right now. So now we can just, everything that's going to go in there is going to be for donations for next week. And then we'll make the donation live here next week. So Matt ADHD Whiskey will be here. As far as bottles so far next week, guys, I took some pictures of all the bottles we have. I have 2 Old Forester single barrel ryes, a Shanks Wild Turkey store pick, Wild Turkey 101 store pick, a Weller 107 antique store pick, 2 Larrikins, a single barrel, and a cigar blend. Russell's Reserve Camp Nelson F pick, which is pretty cool. We got 2 Four Roses single barrel picks, my Mash and Drum or Mash and Journey Buffalo Trace single barrel. We have a Stag 26A is in the mix. Jack Daniel's single barrel pick. What else do we have? We also have the Knob Creek Blenders Edition, a Four Roses Mizunora, a Dark Arts. I think it's an Oloroso Sherry. We have a Green River Wheated single barrel, a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof single barrel. I believe it's a Coy Hill. We have an Old Louisville barrel pick as well. We have an Evan Williams 250th anniversary gift box, which has, I think, a glass in there, a T-shirt, a hat, all sorts of stuff that's in there as well. Plus, we have more stuff coming in from the donators, which will be added to the list, as well as a drum key ride cymbal and a drum key debut. That's right. One of my last drum key debut is going to be going into the giveaway next week. Weller's single barrel is also going to be donated to the cause as well, and I'm sure they're going to be a few more surprises along the way next week. So stay tuned for all of that. It's going to be a hell of a getaway. Great cause and great people all involved. So it's going to be cool. Jason is officially on what I call Jewish time. I don't know what that means. Just filled out the bottle donation from form, take 2. Oh, thank you. So thanks so much, Paul. Let's see. We already have, we got 9 responses. Let's see if I could take a look at what people are donating so far. We have a Penelope Rose bottle, Maker's Mark, the Heart Release, a Walleye Run Malted Rye, the Casting Couch Rye. That's Dusty Whiskey Friends pick, 123.9 proof. That pick is fantastic. Wilderness Trail Single Barrel Rye, DMV Spirits pick. Russell Reserve Single Barrel Midway Liquor Store pick, a Stag 25D, a Southern Collective Single Barrel, an Old Glory Double Oaked, 122.6 proof, only 71 bottles of that's being donated. Evan Williams 250th Single Barrel, Jim Beam Bonded 2019, 2 stacks cast strength Irish whiskey, a Cedar Ridge M&J 2023, and Moonlight Graham double. Holy crap. I'm not sure if that's all bottles or if those are actually, is that a sample pack? But already a bunch of great stuff coming in for the giveaway, guys. So thank you guys so much for being so generous. And yeah, it's going to get crazy next week. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, what do we start with tonight? Let's start with this little guy, the Bullet 87. This is a new bottle from Bullet. This is a distinctive blend of bourbon and rye. So we have a rye here, finished with toasted staves. So this is an actual, I believe if I remember correctly, they're adding this to the full lineup this year. So there's the bottle right there. Check it out. It looks so nice in the light. Man, the lighting looks good tonight. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Lighting looks good. That's purely by chance. The lighting doesn't always look this good, but it does tonight. Not 20-year 95.5 pass. Yeah, I'm sorry, Nathan. We can't all have the Bullet 20-year. Oh my God. I swear to God, that bottle is freaking haunting me everywhere I go. Did you get the Bullet 20-year yet? No, I didn't get it yet. I'm not freaking paying the price for it. Somebody finds it for me for a close to retail, I'll buy it. But I can't do it. 1.8. I'm like looking at secondary. I see it for $1,800. One guy's, I'll give it to you for $1,700. The guy's like, no, I'll pass. Like, fuck you. Like, come on. You guys get me triggered already. It's too early for this tonight. Come on. They're bringing up freaking Bullet 20 already. I'm just jealous because I don't have one. That's really what it stems from. Let's be honest. let's be honest. Nathan, I'd pay 3 times SRP. And SRP is what, $250? $299? So 369. Yeah, I think my max at that would probably be, I don't know, dude, maybe 900, 800, around that price. Yeah, 1.8 million. Bullet 20 was on Total Wine Concierge for pre-order a bit ago. Oh, that's kind of nice. For how much though? What were they selling it for? What were they selling it for? Were they selling it for retail? It can't be. Yeah, we talked about it. Cam has too, but he got in early. Like it popped up. But he must have like immediate notifications when shit pops up on secondary because he got it for 800 before it all shot up. It's 300. Okay, that's not bad. Dude, Cam's got it. You be slacking. I know, but it's not like, I've asked Cam for a sample, but he's got a new baby. I just hate to be that guy to ask him, hey, send me the sample. I'm not gonna do that. Plus, I think Lance, my buddy Lance, is sending me his bottle to do a review on. So I should have one to actually do a video on it. So at least I have that. Would you pay $300 for Russell's 13? That's the best I could find for Middle Tennessee. D-Train, are you talking about the 45th anniversary release this year's? Because I don't think I would. I don't think I'd pay that much for it. Oh, Drums and Drams is here. I got you on whatever you need, dude. Just remind me. Yeah, I just feel bad asking you, Cam. You got a baby, you got a kid. I don't know, man. Okay, well, if Lance doesn't come through here next week, I'll message you, Cam, and I can grab a sample from you. I appreciate it, man. Cam is the better drum channel from Ohio. Catfish. Yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion. It's okay to be wrong. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Love 45th, but if you're spending 300 plus, just get you might as well just spend the money. And no, I'm the better xylophone channel. The xylophone channel. You are a much better xylophoner than I am. Cedar Ridge anniversary 2026 bottle dropping Friday, guys. Okay. Which one is that one? Outside the Stars, the best air guitar channel. There you go. Air guitar channel. That's awesome. Okay. Send Cam a sample of something that you got that he does. Oh yeah, we'll definitely trade something out. We'll trade something out. Okay, let's get into this Bullet real quick. A third Columbus drummer should start a whiskey channel just to troll. You know what's funny, Nathan? I was online for the when I was online to try to get the Knob Creek cast rank 12 year. I was online with another drummer. There was a drummer there that drinks whiskey, and I was like, I think we joked around about that. So remember a couple weeks back when I shared the story of the guy who staged his Russell Reserve 15s in a cart? He banned me from a local trade group over it, even though I never used it. Oh wow, really? That's crazy. Wow. He actually heard that and then banned you? Wow. Bought a bottle of Watershed Bottle and Bond. Thanks for the recommendation. Did I recommend a Watershed? It doesn't sound like me. Maybe I did. What bottle is that? This is the new Bullet 87, the distinctive blend of bourbon and rye, finished with toasted staves. Jason was in line with Tommy Lee. Columbus, whiskey drummer, capital of the world. Yeah, apparently. Oh, I think it was just distillery. Okay, had a good time. Cool. I gotta tell you, this actually smells pretty nice. It just smells like straight apples. Apples. Man, God, I can't get over the apple. It like borders on pear, like pear, apple. Maybe some of that marshmallow from the toasted staves is in there. They could call the channel the Mash and Dram. Yeah, I think that's been joked around before, the Mash and Dram. Yeah, Cheech hasn't been on in a while, so I don't know if he qualifies. But actually, I think Dan Shook plays drums too. You have Trev who plays drums over at the Bourbon Wrench. There's definitely a good amount of drummers on the Whiskey Tubes. I think Porter is also a drummer, but he's from Denver. Porter has never mentioned that he plays drums. Yeah, guys, this is just straight up marshmallow and apples and a little bit of like sweet light caramel. But man, the apple in this is insane to me. It's like apple juice, but let's give it a try, guys. Cheers. $90 proof, by the way. Don't know if I mentioned that. Hawk's a great drummer, but forgot to tell me. I don't know. I don't know if Scott has the coordination to play drums. Shook playing drums is like Sean having a tan. Ain't happening, says James Lay. No, I really think, I don't know if Cam, no. I think Cam, Dan has told me, did I imagine that? But I think Dan Shook does play drums, or did at a certain point. Shook also plays golf. Well, yeah, we all try to play golf, but we don't really play golf. You know what I mean? He only plays Cam's Triangle. Oh, yeah, we got Egg Roll too. Egg Roll plays drums. I don't play drums, but I did say 15% with Geico, says Trucker B. Sprizzy. That's always helpful, man. Jason C., do you believe that Joseph Magnus CB is still worth 200 plus? I think in today's market, probably no, but I just wish they would put the ages of the whiskey on the bottle because I think that would help sell it. You just don't know what ages are in each bottle. I mean, you kind of have to go on the website and maybe find out, but a lot of people aren't doing that. I just wish they would age date it a little bit on the bottle. I think that would help it. Some of them are absolutely still delicious, but are you getting the right one? Are you getting, I tell everybody, if you really want to spend the money on a cigar batch, because they are 200 plus, go online and look up the tasting notes. Hopefully, there are current tasting notes up there. Sometimes Nancy falls behind. She's very busy. I'm not really sure where there are now with the tasting notes, but I always refer to that website. I go to the Joseph Magnus, look at the batch notes, and see if any of the batches that I see at the store actually sound enticing before I pull the trigger on it. So that's really the best thing you can do. Buying it blindly can be tough because they can really be different. Some are savory, some are sweet, some are like blueberry pie, some are like almost has a like an Indian spice palette to it, or it's like cardamom and you get like heavy cinnamon and sometimes like a wave of like cumin and just stuff like that, like really crazy stuff. Then you could get like blue cheese in some of them, which Nancy pointed out to me that you get in some of the cigar batches. Obviously, the stuff with the older whiskeys, but you know, stuff that you would never think you would find in a bottle of whiskey until Nancy points it out to you, and then you're like, wow, I do get that. So heavily lean on a cigar batch, the tasting notes before you pull the trigger on a bottle, for sure. Jason, maybe a reminder you need folks to refill out the bottle donation form, even if they filled it out the first time. Someone was asking earlier. Yeah, guys, so if you missed it earlier, please refill there's a pinned link on the top of the chat. If you filled out the bottle donation form for Blendageddon next week, please disregard that one. I need you to refill it out because that one was so long ago, and I wanted to make sure that we have a fresh list leading into next week. So if you are donating a bottle or bottles or sample sets or sample packs, then please fill out that form link at the top of the chat. It's also at the bottom in the description. The link is there as well. So you can fill that out, and that will be ready for next week. So I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for being so generous. Sipping on this barrel cigar blend as we speak, and it's delicious. I got to say, this is pretty good. I'm not getting anything youthful out of it. Usually when I smell apple, I'm thinking, I might get some youthful characteristics here. That's not what's happening here. This is apple, cinnamon, borderline pear, a little bit of that toasted marshmallow note from the staves. But that's really it. You're not getting a lot of depth here. But I think what you do get is really nice and enjoyable. Plus, it's a really unique, it's just not unique, but I think it's a very affordable bottle. I think it's only like $40 or something like that. So, Jason, put up a poll to vote yes on a prize of the night. Wait, this is like talking during a rock concert. What? Blade and Bow, 12 years. Money guys for those asking, buy all day long at SRP. Jason, put a poll up to vote yes on a prize of a night in your whiskey room. Oh yeah, we're gonna run that. So we're gonna run that next week as well. It's gonna be basically we're gonna do kind of an auction. So a couple guys can have a night here in the whiskey room and just try and drink whatever they want, and Uber your ass home, and we'll be good to go. Oh, is it $30 on high proof? Man. Yeah, it's good. It's solid. It's just, again, apples, marshmallows, caramel, and a little bit of spice from the rye. Not a lot, but just enough there to make things interesting, especially on the finish. Doesn't really have a huge wave of spice. I think it's more sweet than spice. But I think overall it's kind of a nice little pour. I don't hate it. But that's going to be, I think when people start trying this is going to end up being like, man, what was I going to equate this to? What bottle was that? I'm looking. Man, shit, I can't remember what bottle that. Oh yeah, the Remus 9-year. So remember the first Remus 9-year where everyone kind of slept on it, and then once word got around, it kind of went a lot faster, and then nobody could find it. I feel like that's what's going to happen with the Bullet. Only this is supposed to be a little bit more, or I should say, way more available from a release standpoint. So, is it better than the Knob Creek Blenders Select? Let's find out. Do I have that bottle right here somewhere? Yes, I do. It's right here. All right. Is Little Book Chapter 10 a top 10 bourbon of 2026? I don't know if it's going to make it, unfortunately. I like the Little Book 10-year. But every time I go back to it, the young whiskey, that 4-year whiskey that's in that blend, is poking through. And it's kind of ruining it because it tastes good up front, mid palate, and then right towards the back end, you just get this youthful hit of whiskey. And that's why I said in it, I wish I'd had more sherry because the sherry note, I don't feel like there was enough sherry. I get more of the toasted oak than the sherry. And when you have youthful whiskey with toasted profile, you can get a more youthful characteristic, at least for me. And that's what it's doing for that. And I think in a blind with all these high age whiskeys, it's just going to fall flat, unfortunately. Is Booker's 2026-01 top 10? Maybe, probably not. There's just too many damn good whiskeys this year. I don't know, man. Whiskey of the year is going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard this year. Yeah, we're gonna compare the Booker's Milkshake to the Booker's what's it called? The first release this year. We'll see which one. We'll see which one ends up looking better. Youthful whiskey is like that drunk douchebag who ruins a good party. Yeah, there's a lot of hitters this year. It's going to be really tough to come up with a whiskey of the year. Let me ask you guys: do you feel like it wouldn't be fair to put all like these? So you have all the ultra age whiskeys that came out. Say, okay, Bullet 20, Knob Creek 21, Four Roses Anthology 21, Heaven Hill 22, Archives, Wild Turkey, 16-year. Should that be a separate category overall, like for whiskey of the year or bourbon of the year? Or should that still just be mixed in with every other good release that comes out this year with other bourbons? They may not be that old, but do you just factor them all together all at once? Because I'm afraid that the list is going to end up being like, number one, Heaven Hill 22. Now, I'm not saying like this is my ranking, but Heaven Hill 22, Four Roses Anthology will be number 2. Archives will be number 3, and like so on and so forth. So you have to get all the way down to like number 10 or 11 or 12 before you get to something like normal, like, like a Blenders or a, Old Grandad 114 or something like that. It feels really tough at the end of the year because most people aren't buying or can't afford some of these high end bourbons. But it is what it is. Reese Mash. That is what we will get. It must be nice list. Must be nice to have those because we can't get them. So I don't know, man. Do a top 20. Yeah, maybe like a top 10 like high age and then a top 10 regular. I don't know, man. Great reason why I don't do a whiskey of the year. Yeah, this year's top 10 is going to be a lot of highly allocated. No, make me feel poor and keep the list the way it should be. Mellow Corn Single Barrel. Hey, you never know. Saz Foolproof Rye better be a bargain of the year, no doubt. Yeah, that's going to be up there just based on price. Need ultra aged best of the best. Yep, I mean that could happen. Exclude distillery only. I usually do. Just like UFC have classes, but you also have a pound for pound number 1. Oh, I like that idea. Bardstown Mars Japanese blend has been my favorite. Stacy, I could not agree more. I'm so impressed by that one. Best tasting list and available value list. Yeah, I think maybe something like that could work. Poor man's top 10 must be nice top 10. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll call it. All right, let's do the Blenders versus the Bullet. The Blenders is easily more oak forward. You have more of that toasted, that sweet oak note that the Blenders has, and I think that is at the forefront. So on its own, this is very sweet, but the apple in this is so prevalent in the Bullet that it almost overtakes the the sweetness that's in the Blenders. Man, that apple like marshmallow sugary sweetness it has is pretty wild. All right. Why aren't distilleries not disclosing barrel finished products these days? I don't know, Pav. That's a really good question. I've only really seen it very recently, but I just hope that doesn't become a trend. I feel like if distilleries want to be upfront and actually tell you what's in the bottle, I think that's the best way to go. Unlike the Solera 12 year from uh, Blade and Bow. Want to make sure I don't say Blade and Bow and Blow again. Um, that has 4 finishes on it, and it tells you nowhere on the bottle that there's 4 finishes. So I hope that doesn't become the norm. But at the end of the day, it's always going to come down to whether people like it or not. Blade and Bow 12 year has already gotten a little bit of a following. So I think even though maybe the transparency isn't on the bottle, maybe they were just counting on the flavor to speak for itself. And that, again, when it comes down to it, that's what people are going to care about. Maybe, I don't know, to you guys, it's actually, you know what? I'm going to make a poll real quick. I'm not going to tell you what the poll is, but I think this is a cool question. Is it okay? I just put the poll up. You guys should see that. What's more important to you? Age statement or bottle details like mash bill, finishes, anything else that they could provide on there? I'm just curious. If you couldn't have both, Nathan, that's where I'm getting to. If you couldn't have both, what would you rather have? Tough. Yeah, that's what I mean. Prescription bourbon. You guys, we all want it all, but sometimes we don't get it. We don't get it all. So Bardstown Bourbon Company, no matter if you like their whiskey these days or not, they are kind of big leaders in transparency as far as what's going in the bottle, the ages, the mash bills, everything. You don't get that detail with everybody else. So I'm a nerd, so give me the deets. Depends on where it's barreled. We should just demand both bottle details. 100%. Okay. I mean, I feel like if you have the mash bill details and stuff, you can maybe figure out the age, especially just how it tastes. But I don't know. It's an interesting. So right now, wow, finish and mash bill details are 56% over age statement. 89 votes in. 57% of you finish mash bill details over age statement. Interesting. Just a little fun quick poll. Chucker B. Sprizzy says age. There you go. State it's barreled and makes a difference. Yep. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. Transparency means don't leave anything off. Like what the no additive tequila movement is doing. Correct. I think I'm more interested in age statement, but not disclosing a finish seems sketchy. I think for me, if I had to choose, I think I'm more like, if it's a certain price point, I want the age. Like, don't give me, if it's like a $50, $60, $70 bottle, I don't know if I'm really worrying about age too much, but I want to know what the hell I'm drinking. But if you're charging me $150 plus and you don't have an age statement on it, I'm going to question the details. Like, okay, so what's in here then? If it's that much money, how come, I've been calling Woodford Reserve on this for years. Woodford Reserve doesn't put age statements on anything. Nothing. Yeah, you get a bottle and bond, so it's like 4+ years old. But they don't put age statements on anything, and it drives me crazy. Old Forester does the same shit. Aside from birthday bourbon, they don't put age statements on anything. Well, President's Choice, they do the 9 summers, 10 summers, whatever it is, or seasons. But my goodness gracious, when it comes to like the shelfers, in a world where age statements are coming back everywhere, you just don't see enough of it coming in. So, Yeah, the chocolate was, and they still. That's the thing. That chocolate, the chocolate whisper, was 12 years old. 12 years and almost hazmat, and they didn't put it was 12 years on the label. Why wouldn't you do that? It's crazy. Oh yeah, 1924 does have an age statement on it. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong in that aspect. Maybe Old Forester is getting a little bit better with the age statements. Age can be BS. Some people call bourbon 10 years, but it was aged 2 separate barrels. That's true. That's true. People do that. All right, guys. Yeah, hit the like button while you're here. Let's get into this. The nose is way sweeter on the bullet for sure. I mean, they're really close. If you like more oak, you're going to go with the blenders. If you want more fruit in your whiskey, more, because I don't really get like apple and all these fruit flavors in the blenders. I get more of the sweet oak, the toasted. This has that marshmallowy, aspartame, powdered sugar type of note in the blenders. The bullet has way more like that apple note in here. I'm telling you, it's like apple juice. It's crazy how forward it is. So you're going to get like your fruit sweetness in the bullet versus the oak sweetness, which is in the blenders. Plus the blenders we know is 10 years old. We don't really know what's in the bullet. I'm going to make an educated guess. It's probably not 10 years old, but there you go. I'm going to blend that together. If I blend this together, does that actually add some oak to the, maybe this could be a good blend. Not really. In my head, I thought that would work, but that does not work at all. Blah. One more to add would be proof. Age can be BS. Some people call yeah. I read that. Let's see. Penelope, can we say the hype is done? I think Penelope, the hype is done. I think Penelope is shifting towards more universal whiskeys that people like as far as the finishes. You know, they do have their estate collection, which I think is more in tune with the Bourbon Geek. I don't know. I still think Penelope has really interesting releases. I think it just depends on what it is. But throughout the year, we generally just get new finishes, you know, whiskeys that are really sweet, but that's kind of been their MO for a long time. So it doesn't really surprise me. I think the estate collections could be better for sure. I think if you're asking people to pay a premium price or you want folks to think that your estate collection is a more premium whiskey to go up against the likes of the other big dogs, then there needs to be some more heft there. There needs to be more. I'm not really sure what's missing for me from those depth and complexity with a lot of those estate collections. I just feel like they come off a little flat usually. So I would like to see more of that in the estate collection, in my opinion. Look at the Magnus New from Cigar Blend. Talk earlier. They've got 10-year barrel-proof single barrel rye coming, $75 street. Yeah, I'm excited to try that. That Penelope 9-year was ridiculously good from 2023. I think I remember that one. Speaking of Penelope, where is the Blitz blend from last year? Cheese, I sent an email on it, a couple emails, and I haven't heard anything back, so I don't know what's going on with that. Is a better Omega coming from Penelope this year? I hope so. I would love to get a better Omega, you know, a good French oak. Age more than any other factor makes it better generally, but still people like to ignore the obvious to be clever. I guess. Okay, what else are we trying here tonight? Oh, man, I have a bunch of shit here. Do we want to get into the Bardstowns? I actually forgot I got this bottle too, the new old Overholt 11-year rye. You guys want me to crack that open? I could try this real quick. I'll do this. It's here. And then we'll get into the Bardstowns. I got a lot of shit to go through tonight. Oh my God, it's already 9:45. It's going to be another late show, guys. Sorry. Are you excited for the 17 Octomore this year? I pre-ordered the 17.3 from the local. I actually am. I saw the details on it. This will be the first Octomore I buy for a little while. So All right. Jay, is Wednesday 2 away from being a beam head? I love it. I know, all this beam. So much beam. Jason, old Overholt is Heaven Hill, right? No, this is Jim Beam. It's all the beamy goodness. If you want to justify a high price, though, I need to see an age that makes it make sense. Yeah. Gary's doing a pick of Penelope tomorrow morning. We asked him to pick up the Blitz blend while he's there for us, says Fulvio. Yeah, go for it. Is the 11-year Overholt close? I mean, this is the 2026 variant, 11 years old. Let me get to, hold on. Yeah, no bullet 20 year yet, guys. Sorry. There we go. Old Overholt 11. And right there on the side, I believe it says, there he goes, 2026. There's your details. All right, let's get into this one a little bit. Last year's I thought was really good. Let's see how this year's is. Yeah, nice proof on this one too. Yeah, check it out. Check out the proof, guys. Focus in. Boop. There you go. Was that 125.6? It's got a nice proof point on it. Yeah, Rittenhouse is Heaven Hill. I could compare it to last year's if you want. Last year was 12, right? Let me go get it. Guys, putting all the bottles on the floor in alphabetical order has helped me. So I hope you guys, I don't know if you guys like really notice it, how it's a lot quicker for me to go over there and find a bottle, but that's how it is now. Like, that was the best thing I ever did. Because now I can just walk over there, I go down the line, alphabetical order, and I just pull the bottle. And this way, your guys aren't just hearing me clink bottles all night. It's the best thing I ever did. Oh, geez, I poured a lot of that. Eesh, I didn't mean to do that. I was not light with that pour. That was a heavy pour. We're going Russo pour there a little bit. Sorted floor whiskey, genius. Yes. Dewey, yeah, pretty much the Dewey. I got an abacus and everything out. I'm just freaking, yeah, sorting whiskey, man. But can you do it backwards? Yeah, I don't think so. You could probably have a category for Beam Whiskey of the Year. It's insane. Yeah, Beam has so much shit. But they also have so much whiskey. I think I like the nose a little bit more on the 12. The 11, the 2026 is close. I just think there's a little bit less sweet there, but it gives you that breadiness, that rye breadiness in this is so prevalent. A little bit of spice. Man, the dried, like the baking spices in here are crazy. I'm getting so much nutmeg on this, which is kind of weird, but it smells like straight up nutmeg to me. Nutmeg, breadiness, definitely some caramel here. So it is it has some sweetness. Let's give it a try here. Ooh, a little sweeter on the palate. It like borders on going into like a little bit of a licorice note, but it never really gets there. It's more like a sweet, almost cherry licorice that you kind of get, which is kind of nice. I tell you what, that's pretty damn good. The 11-year. Tons of spice though. Holy shit. The spice palette on this is insane. It is really, really the back end, like man, the finish on this is incredible. And it's not just heat, it actually hits you with like a really nice finish. This is pretty fantastic. I think okay. So there is a decent difference here. I think the 12 year actually the oak and the spice has mellowed out a little bit. Maybe I don't know if it's just that extra year of aging it did, or maybe just a little bit of the airtime. But I feel like it has mellowed out quite a bit. It still has the rye, the spicy rye palate to it, but not as much as this 11. And again, it could be a fresh crack thing. I don't know, but the 12 year I think does give you a little bit more oak and depth. I do think you get a little bit more brown sugar as opposed to light caramel, what you get here in the 11 year. But I think the 11 year just brings the spice palette on this is crazy. Dude, it's good. I don't know. They're close. Is it crazy me for say I might like the 11 year a little better? No, I take the 12 year does still have some spice in it, man. It does. But the 11 year, I don't know. There's something really unique, and I think it's because it's giving me a little bit of a dark fruit kick on the 11 year that I'm completely in love with. I don't think really the 12 has that. But the 12 does come off a little bit darker, a little bit more oak forward. The 11 year, the 2026 edition, I do think has a little bit more sweetness going on to balance out all that spice. And for me, it's all about the balance. If it has balance, you got me. Um, 11 years better than the 12. Exactly. The fruit is missing in the 12. Yeah, Durin, I would have to agree with you. It's the 11 year for me. Absolutely. 11 year all day long. This is really good. I'm glad I got it. This was $100. They're everywhere right now. I mean, if it's not everywhere, then it'll be everywhere soon. But this 11 year rye is shit. This is a very impressive rye whiskey, I think. I think it just has all the right notes that you want from Beam. Um 12 year was good that last year, but this 11 year might be a little bit better. All right. Speak on it. The new 11 is best. The new 11 is what? Is Bay? I don't know what that says, Henry Turner. I think the 12 is like raspberry, pepper, jam, tart, citrus, and some like super cacao chocolate. Um, See the 12, I don't really get the raspberry. I could see the chocolate, definitely the citrus. Beam Ride usually has citrus. I definitely get that in the 11 as well. But that I think it's just I think it's a combination of like just sweet like flavors in the 11. So it's like citrus. I feel like I get a little like cherry licorice like punch in there. It wants to go like black licorice close, but I think like it stays like a combination of like cherry black licorice right in the mid palate. It's really good. Dude, I like that. That's good. Yeah, it's like so many flavors rolled into one. Drinking Bernheim 10-year wheat whiskey 20th anniversary. Do AF. What? Do DOOEAF. Yeah, it's like so many flavors rolled. Yeah, blend them. Blend them. I'm gonna blend them. I'm not gonna blend the complete, but what I'll do is I'll pour a little bit of the 12 into the 11 and see what happens here. Do you have the old overhaul 10 from 3 years ago? Yeah, Mark, I have them all. I have them all. I would go grab that one and do like a whole old overhaul, mashup here, but a big, double, triple, quadruple base. But I got too much whiskey to drink tonight. That worked. That's delicious. I would say more 11, like 70-30, 70% 11, 20% of the, I'm sorry, 70% 11, 30% of the 12 year. So go 70% of 2026, 30% of 2025, and see how that works out for you. If you have both at home, do it right now. It's really good. It's good. It's a nice little blend there. Okay, let's get into these Bardstowns. Let's go. So I cracked these open a few days ago. I did a full review on them. Video probably should be dropping tomorrow or Friday, depending if I get to the edit. We're going to go through all the details here. Yeah, Bourbon Bill, I completely agree with you. The 12 definitely has more oak, but I'm telling you, that 11 year is a really good rye. All right. Here we are. What keeps hitting? That's better. Okay. So here are your two new Bardstown bourbon companies. The 12 has more oak, but 11, yeah. I always call that my doer's decimal system, but I'm a Scotch guy. Jason, I'm starting to warm up to those simple looking new Bardstown label. Are you, Richie? You kind of warming up to these? I'll tell you what, they are a lot easier to see on the shelf. I'll give it that. I still think the old labels were classier, but they were a little harder to read from the shelf, unless you got close. But these, from a standpoint of just readability and a standpoint of, I guess, standing out on the shelf, you definitely see the new labels from farther away better than you did with the old labels. But the older labels were more classy to me, so it's kind of a give and take. Does anybody really understand the Dewey Decimal System? Everyone's talking about the Dewey Decimal System. Okay, guys, let's get into the details here. So let's start with the Bardstown Bourbon 2026 Discovery. Finished in hand-harvested Gariana oak barrels from Oregon with a custom 3-hour toast. That's right, a 3-hour toast. Not a 3-hour tour. This isn't Gilligan's Island. Somebody made that joke in the chat yesterday on Patreon. But a 3-hour toast. Bardstown Bourbon 2026 Discovery blends 3 bourbons aged 7, 10, and 11 years old, which were then rested for 4 months in Gariana oak barrels. Each barrel was custom made and hand toasted for 3 hours by Oregon Barrel Works to unlock additional layers of spice and complexity. 112.8 proof, 750 milliliter bottle, $139.99, $140 for this one. The mash bill is 55% 10-year MGP. That's the 21% rye bourbon mash bill. 20% of the blend is 11-year 74-18-8, which is Barton. And the rest of it is 20% Kentucky 7-year 74-16-10, which is Green River. So those are your 3 components. All right, let's get into this. Yes, everything is hand harvested. They cut them off the barrel trees. What the heck is hand harvested? Meaning, so Jason K, it is true. Gariana oak is it's a pain in the ass to harvest. So I guess hand harvested is kind of true about it. It takes quite a while to not only grow those trees, but also I think you have to wait a certain age before you cut them down. It's a pain in the ass. Now we did see the Gariana oak used in the Cascadia, which not a lot of people were crazy about. So I think using it here as well, everyone has a little bit of, I'm going to keep this, a little at arm's length. Packers this year, Super Bowl champs? Yeah, I don't think so. At least the 2026 birthday bourbon's aged for 6 days. Yeah, we're going to get into that, Devin. Don't worry. Is there an art to toasting barrels, says Trucker B. Sprizzy. I think so, and the art of toasting barrels has definitely evolved over the last several years. The 2 main ones that I've heard are you have a barrel and they basically drop a giant, just a long, like think of the inside of a toaster when you put you have the You have the coils that just light up, bright orange. So they have, a long wand with those coils on them, and they drop it right in the middle of the barrel. And then it just leaves it in there. So that emanates all the different, the heat, which toasts the inside of the barrel for different lengths. Maker's Mark has an infrared system that they use for toasting as well, which is a little bit more accurate, like down to the second, where they can kind of use that infrared, that technique for toasting staves or barrels or whatever it is they need to do. It still comes down to what you're going to get from that particular barrel. It still comes down to how long you toast it. It still comes down to how long you leave it in that toasted barrel. But I think toasting the barrel itself, I think there's different techniques, but I still think it's like, okay, either toast it this way or that way. All right, let's dive in here. So, similar to the bullet, I'm getting a lot of apple here, but I'm also getting a lot of apple mixed with cherry. Apple, cherry, that toast is definitely coming through. You could smell the spice from the Garyana oak. Garyana oak has a tendency to be a little bit spice driven, and I think you're getting that here too. Holy crap, forgot I had Bardstown weeded, and it tastes like freaking Fig Newton, says Funky Frankie. Okay. Fig Newtons? I don't know if I'm going to have to go back to that one. Chicago hasn't had an NFL team since 2005, says Jason Coates. Hey, the Bears did good last year. Bears did very good last year. All right, so fruit forward initially. But man, the Garyana oak, I mean, there's a level of, again, that baking spice heaviness is here too. It feels like the bullet that we just had, but like turned up to 11. Cherry, apple, cinnamon, black pepper, ginger, a little bit of lemon too. I'm getting on his too, like a little bit like a lemon. What is that stuff called? Like lemon bar, lemon curd, along that line, like a sweet lemon, not like a sour lemon. All right, let's give it a try. So the toast, with some airtime, the toast has become more and more prevalent. The fruit notes up front are good. You get the apple, you get the cherry, you get the lemon. I think you get some orange in there too, some citruses mixed in. It's got a good complexity as far as like dark fruit goes. Once it gets past the first quarter of your palate, though, that's when all the Garyana toastiness kicks in. Spice, maybe marshmallow, but there's also a slight bitterness there. I think the Garyana oak and that 3-hour toast definitely brings a little bit of I guess I'm not going to say a big bitterness, but I think a slight bitterness to it. Yeah, it's on the very back end. I think this blend is actually really nice right up until the very end, and then you get a little bit of that bitter, toasted Garyana oak, almost like spice-driven flavor profile. I don't mind the spice of it, but I do mind is the bitterness. I think, but again, that's just like me with toasted bourbons. I just always pick it up. I don't know what it is. It's just a weird thing I get with toasted bourbons. It always comes off a little bit bitter and artificial to me, and I'm getting that in this as well. But that's me. I mean, you guys might not get that as much as I do. I just say it's a personal thing for me, definitely. Just like I get acetone in Old Forester, which is it's a big note that turns me off, especially the high age Old Forester. It tastes and smells like nail polish remover. All the King of Kentucky small batches that I tried all smelled like acetone. It was terrible. Yeah, outside the Star, a while back, I had a Garyana release. But that was a completely different profile because that's single malt versus bourbon. I don't know. I like it. I don't love it. 140, I wouldn't pay for it. This might be one of those bottles that you could probably sit and wait for, and it might go on sale. I don't think a lot of people are picking this one up, to be honest. I don't know. It's good. It's not great. This I would definitely put in the try before you buy context, because I think there could be some drinkers out there that really enjoy this. And again, I love the fruit flavors up front, but towards the back end of this one, it loses me with that toasted, bitter oak note that I get on the back end. It's not as Garyana forward as the Cascadia was, where you're getting some really herbal forward notes. I mean, that thing tasted in like a spice rack, which sometimes can be good, but in that context, it wasn't for me. This, I think, definitely has a much sweeter profile for the most part, but at the end, you really get the Garyana. You get a little bit of like that toasty bitterness, at least from my palate. But I think it's going to come down to how sensitive you are to that, and if you like that toasted oak note on the back end. I think for me, it's good. I don't think it's great. I think there's been better discoveries in this. So if you're at the bottle shop, definitely get a pour at the bar before you buy one. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Bourbon? I see you. We ate at Bono last weekend. I thought it was pretty good. Sweet Sydney. Oh, you guys talking Italian food? Do you think the acetone comes from the heated houses? That's my theory. Bardstown seems to be gearing their recent 1 to 2 year focus on another group of drinkers versus Ken Davis. I literally said this last night. It's funny you say that. I think that we're in the beginning. Bardstown Bourbon Company was gearing towards the bourbon geek, the transparency, building up the age statements as the years went on. And then there was a shift there. I think, it kind of started when they started using all the Dickel, and they kind of shifted away from that. Then they were using a lot of the craft whiskey that was out there in different blends. And I think they lost some people along the way. So as a comeback, they decided we go anywhere. We'll go to China. We'll go to Japan. We'll go to Australia. We'll go to Scotland. We'll go to Ireland. Whatever they could do to create these different like, distillery, the Finnish series that they're doing. And I think they're gearing their flavor profiles towards a more mass audience. Victoria Pineapple might be just the beginning. I was saying how last night, man, that could be just the beginning of something with the way the whiskey market is dipping down. Are we now going to see a lot of finish forward type of whiskeys, or even artificially flavored type of whiskeys, whether they're throwing a damn fruit salad in the barrel or infusing it with other shit? I don't know, dude. It could go that way. And I think Bardstown is starting to go towards that a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Local stores, Bardstown Chateau de la Baude Batch 2 for $130. Worth it? No. Chateau de la Baude Batch 2 just isn't close to the first one, unfortunately. I hope that's not it. I hope that's not what happens, but I mean, the market's going to go one of two ways. We're going to keep seeing all these crazy high-end, all these high-end releases with big age statement. We've talked about this before, guys. Not going to bore you to death saying the same thing over and over. We're just going to keep seeing these high-end releases. But bourbon distilleries are banking on more of these special releases because people aren't buying what's on the shelf. So instead, they're trying to make unique things that people want. And I think Bardstown, in their case, they're doing certain things for a broader audience, not just the bourbon geeks. We aren't the only game in town anymore. Now they want to get as many people in the door as they can. So I think that's where they're going with it. All right, Isle of Jura. So this one's pretty interesting. If you guys don't know Jura, or Locks of Jura, it's called. Locks of Jura is, Jura is a Scottish distillery. They make, single malt. So this is the Locks of Jura barrel finish. It's a bespoke blend. They did put bespoke in there. It's a bespoke blend of straight bourbon and rye whiskey aged for an additional 32 months in single malt Scotch whiskey barrels sourced from the remote Isle of Jura, finished in a combination of 84% ex-bourbon and 16% ex-sherry barrels previously filled with Scotch. This 104 proof whiskey layers rich. I don't want to read the tasting notes. Sorry. 104 proof, $140 for this one. 49% of the blend is from Indiana, so an 11-year MGP. Again, the 21% mash bill. 30% of the blend is also Indiana, but that's a 95.5 rye. And the rest of it is a 21% Kentucky 12-year, which is 75-13-12, which is turkey. So, or maybe buffalo turkey. Not really sure what they have there, but 21% is that blend. So that's what you have here for the Isle of Jura. And let me focus up on this bottle here. You guys can check out this bottle. There it is, the Bardstown Locks of Jura barrel finish. So it looks like they took the blend, they blended it all together. They put 84% of it in ex-bourbon barrels that held Scotch for a certain amount of time. And then they put the rest of it in ex-sherry barrels that also held the Scotch. So you're getting ex-bourbon Scotch, ex-sherry Scotch blended together within this blend altogether. So, yeah, it's not complicated at all. Okay. With this BBC stuff, just wait till it's half price on clearance. Unfortunately, Nathan, I think that's where these are going to go. I think these will end up being, the prices are going to come down. I think these are going to be on sale in like maybe the next 4 or 5 months at Total Wine or wherever you shop. I'll tell you what, the nose on this is fantastic. Sherry and caramel, raisin, chocolate, all day long. Didn't Disco 11 introduce the world buffalo turkey? Pretty much. Everyone saw the turkey mash bill, but they didn't realize it was buffalo turkey in those discoveries. Bardstown Disco 20 bourbon aged and imported pizza ovens that once housed pineapple pizza. Says says B Urban. There you go. I'll tell you what, the nose on this is fantastic. Believe it or not. Jura, from my understanding, they don't do peated Scotch. This is just straight up aged barley. I don't think they do peated. If they have a peated offering, I'm not sure. Somebody in the chat might know if Jura actually has a peated offering, but this is not peated. So there's no smoke involved here. No smokiness. The Amroot from Bardstown did have a smoky aspect to it. Amroot does have a smokiness to it. That's not here in this Jura. This is just sweet. This is chocolate, sweet, honey. Who's just joining? What is happening in chat, Nashville Mac? I don't know. What's going on in chat? I see people fighting about pizza. Jason, any idea what the food will be at the Blitz? I love food as much as whiskey. Richie Z at the Beam is going to be all barbecue and Southern food, so you're going to have a good time. The nose is great. Let's give it a try. Dude, I'll tell you what. The Locks of Jura is delicious. I like it way better than the Discovery. For sure. Jason, Jura does do a peated spirit, but it's not their usual style. That's what I thought. Top 5 pizzas to put pineapple on. 0. No, thank you. What's your opinion on the Sazerac Rye cast strength? Coach Doug, I spoke about this in length last week. I think it's one of the best releases we've gotten from Sazerac / Buffalo Trace. I love it. Absolutely love it. One-eyed catfish. I plan on crashing the Blitz. Not after that drummer comment. I'm going to kick your ass out. Not after that channel comment. Go ahead. Just try to crash the Blitz.
What?
That's right. You're going to have to get past T-Rob is my security. You're going to have to get past T-Rob. When is the Blitz this year? And did I hear it's at Beam? Yes, it is, Bourbon Bill. This is delicious. I wish it was higher proof. If this had a little bit more punch to it, dude, this could be really good. This to me, the blend is so well integrated. The sherry, the bourbon, everything is beautiful in this blend. It's so good. The scotch gives like a nice honey, almost peachiness on the very back end of it. But when you're talking about like just a blend coming together, this is so good. You get all the bourbon notes, the caramel, vanillas. The malt comes in with like a honey peach almost in the very back end. Travis, so if you can jog 10 feet without being short of breath, I would worry about you. Bardstown Amaru was fantastic. Not a Scotch fan. Does the Jura have a strong maltiness? No, the maltiness in the Jura is definitely less than the Amaru. It's there, but I think it comes through as far as like, again, like that honey peachiness that you get in some malt. But I think the actual bourbon notes and the sherry is what mainly takes over. So, yeah, out of the two, they killed it with this. I just wish it had a little bit more proof to it. But maybe because it's Scotch finished or Scotch blended, they kept the proof a little bit lower. Not really sure what that looks like, but yeah. Hey, Brooks Reed's in the house. What's up, Brooks? I'm rooting for Bardstown. Those discos were some of my favorites as a newbie. I love all the discos. I just think they are trying to separate themselves, that they have the skills to blend crazy shit. Yeah, I do think that is what they're doing, but are they going a little too far in some regards? Yeah, bring back the Disco 3. Exactly, Brooks. Yeah. I don't know, dude. What are your thoughts on Stag 26B? I just picked one up. First one since 26B. Have I had that one yet? I can't even remember, dude. I'm going to have to go back and look. The last Stag I had, I think it was the 26A, wasn't as good as the 25D. The 25D, I think, has still been my favorite one in recent times. Downhill is dangerous. Jason, stop selling us on this garbage, says Kraken. Listen, I'll still tell you to try it before you buy it. But when it comes to the two, this is way better to me. This is really delicious. But I still think it's going to be too low a proof for most drinkers, at least the bourbon geeks like us. At 104 proof, it drinks on the lighter side. If this was at like 110 plus, this could have been an absolute banger. But I just think it's a little bit under proof for my liking. But the blend is so cohesive and it's so good. I think if you go to Bardstown and you get to try this somewhere at a friend's house, whatever it may be, I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised at this. Just don't try this bottle after having 15 like you're at a bottle share, you're drinking Stag and you're drinking, William Llewellyn, Logic Group barrel proofs and all these crazy barrel picks. Then you're going to be like, I'm just going to try this Locks of Jura. I've been wondering about this. You're going to freaking drink it and it's going to taste like nothing. If you're at a bottle share and you see this, just try it first and check it out. I think you'll be surprised by it. But if you're drinking a bunch of high proof shit before you try this, it's not going to make a dent. I'll just say that now. Because as drinkers, we have a tendency to do that. Okay. Real quick. What time is it here? 10:20. Okay, I'm going to give my 26B. Wait, what does that say? 26B or not 26B Bourbon Shakespeare. Oh, yeah. Needs to do another cast strength release for our bourbon 9s and 1s. Loving the KC12 cast strength. I wish it had a little bit more oak. The 100 proof one tastes oakier, maybe because of the lower proof. Yeah, I would agree. I thought it would have more oak in it. I just got one yesterday. 26B hit last week. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have it yet. You're not attracting new drinkers while charging 140 per. Yeah, that's a good point too. But you might be if you're throwing shit in pineapples. I don't know. I would be curious to know how that release is doing. Like, see what the numbers are. Like, are people like buying that shit up? The Victoria pineapple one. Blend of the year is going to be that barrel cigar, isn't it? Or ride symbol. I don't know if that little book 10 can hang. I think the Blade and Bow has a chance to make some noise too, to be honest. Were the 23, 24, 25 stags lackluster? There were probably some good. Look, stags are always pretty damn good. You know, there's some that are better than others, but I still think the 25D was my favorite in a while. Have we heard Kermit this year? I don't know. It was hard for me to get that 26B. Would you take that Jura over High West Midwinter's Night's Dram? That's a good question. Speaking of Midwinter's Night's Dram, I don't know if you guys caught the new label, but yeah, here it is. They are releasing 2 this year. Midwinter's Night's Dram, the Soliloquy. If you guys don't know what a soliloquy is, it's a speech in a play where the actual character or the person speaking, it's they kind of speaking their private thoughts out loud while alone on the stage. That's what a soliloquy is. If you guys didn't know, that's today's Shakespeare lesson just for you. You're welcome. Midwinter's Night's Dram is coming out with a soliloquy. They're doing one in ruby port barrels, and they're going to do another one in their tawny port barrels. So part 1 and part 2. So they're going to have 2 different ones this year, probably priced at $150, $160. I wish these got back to the prices that they used to be. I don't know if they're worth it anymore, to be honest. I still feel like this brand has a cult following and people are going to always buy it. But for me, I'm just not sure if it's worth it anymore. With all due respect, no one cares about High West. They ruin their fan base with subpar after. Yeah, Bourbon Bill, I could see that, dude. We watch Jason's live soliloquy. Yeah, pretty much. You basically watch me live soliloquy because I do stuff I should keep on the inside. I say out loud. Overrated bourbon, underrated bourbon soliloquies. Jason, your top rise of the 2026 so far. It's tough, man. There hasn't been a lot of great rise. Elijah Craig, A126, dude. The barrel proof was delicious. I would put the Michter's 10-year single barrel rye was a really good year for Michter's this year. Sazerac full proof, freaking delicious. That's going to be up there. There just wasn't a ton of like standout rise this year because everybody went all in on the high age bourbons. So I feel like where last year we had a really, really good amount of rise, this year I felt like rye took a little bit of a back seat. So you should do an all veteran owned blind. That'd be pretty cool. I like that idea. The Midwinter's Night's Dram are just too overpriced now. I'm sipping and that new 2026 11-year-old Overholt might be in that. Oh, yeah, Silver Spring could be in there for sure, especially for value. Cam says Bullet 20 is one of the best ryes ever, like it more than Booker's Rye. I mean, I've heard so many positive things about saying it's better than Booker's Rye. That's a fucking bold statement. That's a bold statement. I've had Booker's Rye like 5 times, and every time I've had it, it wowed me. Listen, if I get a sample of the Bullet 20 and I taste it, and I wish I had a sample of Booker's Rye to actually put against it. But if I like it more than Booker's Rye, I'll say so. Nathan said I like Booker's Rye more than the Bullet 20. Okay. I mean, either way, you're not really going to go wrong. If you have a Booker's Rye, hell yeah. If you get the Bullet 20, then hell yeah. But I've heard so many great things about the Bullet 20. We'll see. That's a bold statement, Cotton. Which Booker's is that on your table? That's the new Milkshake. I'm about to crack that right now. I agree with Nathan Jurgensen. Sagamore 10, pretty good. Wasn't that a last year's release or was that this year? I can't even remember. Was the Sagamore 10 2025 or 26? If it's 26, then it'll be in it this year, I think. But I feel like that was last year. Ride symbol. I don't put my own whiskeys in a thing. I'm just not going to do that. If you guys want to put ride symbol up there this year, go for it. I appreciate it. Okay, were there any the JD special? Oh yeah, the JD special release rise. This one right here. I didn't get a bottle of it, but this is the special release rye. This was the Boiler Hill. And I mean, this sucker is as dark as it gets. I mean, that's crazy how dark that is. When I get a sample of that Bullet 20, I'm definitely putting that against that. Sagamore 10 was last year. That's what I thought. Was last year. Okay. I've already grabbed all 3 stag drops this year. 26C is delicious. I have a 26C on the way, so I am getting 26C. So we'll see what that tastes like. Anything else here? Yeah, Maker's Mark has announced their 2026 edition. That's right. If you guys love you some Maker's Cellar Aged, it's coming back. This is the 4th annual release for Cellar Aged Maker's Mark Extra Aged Bourbon. The bourbon gets its name because it spent a portion of its aging period in Maker's Mark. In what? In Maker's Mark Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design Certified Cellar made out of lime. Is that what they call it now? Guys, this is the biggest marketing title I've ever seen. This is what it says. I'm reading it. This is what it says. This is usually just says limestone cellar, right? Just says the Maker's Mark limestone cellar. Now it says aging a period in the Maker's Mark Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design Certified Cellar made out of limestone. Is that what they're going to call it now for every release? I'm sorry, Maker's Mark, but you're gonna get it too.
What?
Stop it. Get some help.
What are they doing? That's insane. That's insane. Oh my God. That's wild to me. Anyway, sorry that I didn't read that before I saw that come up. Portion of its aging period in Maker's Mark Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design Certified Cellar made out of limestone, which Maker's Mark believes effectively slows aging thanks to its cool environment. So the 2026 blend is going to be 49% of it is 11 years and 33% of it is 12 years and 18% of it is 14 year. They're going up. I'll give it to Maker's Mark. They're going up. Bottled at cast strength, 112.1 proof. Suggested retail price of $175. Nationwide release starting September 1st. So be on the lookout. Yeah, might be a collector bottle. One and done. 14 year, going to be fire. So they certified their own cellar that they own, but didn't build it. Yeah, I don't know, man. It was a huge turnoff on the tour. You got to try the 2026, Jeff? 25D is to me better than 26A, and I have 26. Yeah, I like 25D over 26A. I haven't had 26B, and I have a 26C on the way. Yeah, it's way worse than bourbon aged in bourbon barrels. Yeah, I just didn't know that they did that in the holy crap. That's going to be on every fucking press release. You know that now, right? On every press release, it's going to be that. If you guys are crazy about the Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon, I think I have a photo of that one. Let me see. There it is. If you guys are a fan of this one, Saturday, September 12th. The first 1,000 bottles will be available at the distillery beginning at 8 a.m. with a nationwide release to select bars, restaurants, and retailers on October 1st. 141 proof this year. Guys, 141 proof. As far as it's going to be $250. It was aged for at least 8 years. Garrison Brothers produced 16,000 bottles of the 20, which it was aged for at least 8 years. So at least 8 years old on that one. 141 proof. The Cowboy 20 reaches hazmat territory and yet somehow doesn't reach the proof level of the 2025 release, which was 146.4. So, you know, it's not as proofy, guys. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but yet it's still hazmat. So crazy, right? For all you Fireball fans out there, yeah, this is happening. Fireball, because we need a new Fireball. That's what it's about. new Fireball coming to I think it looks like it's going to be like vanilla as well. Trying to see where did that pop up? Oh, here it is. Fireball, new whiskey flavor. It tastes like toasted marshmallows and vanilla. For nearly 2 decades, Fireball was synonymous with the signature product, a mildly spicy, mildly sweet cinnamon flavored whiskey. But now the famed flavored whiskey makes it once again venturing into the unknown. Fireball announced the introduction of Fireball Torched Vanilla, a limited edition offering set to be blend flavors of vanilla, toasted marshmallow, smoky oak, and baking spice with the brand's classic cinnamon finish. That's right, $15 it's going to be. There will also be a 10-pack of 50 milliliter bottles available for $10. So there you go, guys. Get your Fireball on. That's right. And that's the news for tonight. All right, let's go to the Bourbon Meme of the Week. Bourbon Meme of the Week, we have a few of them. Especially this one got me. This literally was posted in my Discord like 10 minutes before I went live. Here it is. Let me give you the context of this. This is starting to go around. So if you guys don't know already, Old Forester has opened up the birthday bourbon lottery. So if you guys want to get your hands on the 11-year 97 proof birthday bourbon for 2026, you could enter the lottery to get your birthday bourbon. But somebody put this in the somebody made this, I think, just today. And the reason why it's so clear is because I had to ask, like, what's going on with this? So here's the story behind this meme. This is the 26th edition, selected by Master Distiller Emeritus Chris Morris and Assistant Master Distiller Caleb Trigo. This release comes from the oldest warehouse at the Brown-Forman Distillery in Shively, Warehouse B. Okay, here's where the light whiskey comes in. Due to a holiday weekend, the new make spirit was stored in the cistern room for an unusually long time, 6 days. 6 days they put new make in the cistern room. The entry proof dropped from 125 to 124.4 due to tank venting. Entry proof has an impact on flavor development. In this case, it helped to create a uniquely sweet and fruity profile at 97 proof. This year's expression is 11 years old and offered at 97 proof. It was drawn from 212 barrels aged in Warehouse B on floor 3. So everyone's like making the joke that this is their 6-day aged Old Forester because that's what they're utilizing to try to sell it. I mean, like, you know, you hear stories like marketing stories for certain releases. Never heard anything like this before. Sold. So is One-Eyed Catfish. He's ready. He's gonna buy it. Listen, every I don't care what anybody says, any reviewer, and I don't give a shit. Old Forester doesn't send me anything. The last several years of birthday bourbon have been shit. I don't care what anybody says. It's shit. It is low proof, unremarkable whiskey. And people line up like crazy, go on bot and, try to sell these bottles for $450, $600. They're shit. Why am I going to pay $250 to maybe $600 on secondary for a birthday bourbon that's 11 years old and 97 proof? I don't know. I mean, people want to give Elijah Craig barrel proof shit for not being old enough. Elijah Craig barrel proofs are still coming out at 10, 11 years old, 130 proof, 120 proof. I'll take that any day of the week over any of these freaking birthday bourbons. It's crazy. I mean, I don't understand it. Why is every birthday bourbon coming in at like 97 proof, 100 proof and below? Now, I do realize that Old Forester does do better with some water added. The fruit and the esters do come out. But I'm sorry, when you're doing a limited release for people that are lining up for this shit and banking on it, you got to go at least 12 years in high proof at this point. I don't think you can come to the market anymore at 97 proof for an LTO of this magnitude. I'll never understand it. I don't get it. I get the thing where adding water to birthday bourbon can make it a little bit better. I get that part of it. We learned that when Jackie Zykin was on the channel. But overall, dude, And now we have a story about six extra days in the cistern room. This is like, tornado survivor shit. This is, Wild Turkey accidentally blending the rye and bourbon mash bills together to make Unforgiven shit. This is, Woodford Reserve. We didn't clean the pipes out enough when we did the chocolate malt, and now we have a chocolate whisper. This is all that shit rolled. This is what it is. Anything they could think of to sell the whiskey. Now, look, it may be completely true, but I'm just saying, I don't know. But no LTO that has come out annually has been knocked off the pedestal to me as much as birthday bourbon. Like, I just don't care. I don't care. Jason C. ranting against birthdays. I'm old, so hell yeah. Well, I entered the lottery anyway, says Mark Emanecker. Yeah, listen, the pickup window is going to be during the Blitz. So if any of you guys win it, maybe you can pick it up and we'll try it. But I think of how much a difference that 0.6 proof entry will make. Yeah, apparently it made a big difference fruit-wise. Most times the birthday bourbons are pretty fruit forward. I remember one year it was like mango and pineapple and coconut. It was so like different and fruit forward. And while I wasn't that crazy about it, it was different and it did offer up something a little bit unique. But I don't know, man. These releases for the birthday bourbon the last several years just been just wild disappointments. Yeah, got to collect all the colors. I get it, but I don't get it. Okay. What time is it? 10:37. All right, let's do this real quick, and then we have to run through some of the Dark Arts sent me all the Kentucky Bourbon Festival releases that they're doing. So if any of you guys are going to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, we're going to dive into a couple of these. I can't do all of them. There's a ton of them. All right, so this is the Milkshake. The Booker's Milkshake. Finally found this bottle. Here we go. Oh yeah, focus in there. There you go. 2026-02. what does that say? 124.4 proof. Age 7 years. 7 years, 6 months, 12 days. All right. So it's right on par with what it's been. I thought I had the little story card here. Not that I want to bore you to death with what the story's about. Not that I can read this shit anyway. Because it's so this freaking text is like 12 point. Okay. I'll just read the very beginning here, guys, and I'll get into this. The second Booker's is called Milkshake. Dad loved his dessert as much as he loved his bourbon. Oh, he loved his dessert as much as he loved his bourbon, and being the inventor that he was, he found a way to bring the two together. His famous malted chocolate milkshake brought all of us together. Every time we enjoy one today, it reminds me of the good times with the big man. So he's basically combined the chocolate milkshake with the bourbon, put it together. There you go. So now we have this. Let me grab the first Bookers for this year. So this is the Big Easy batch. So the Big Easy batch to me had an elevated like brown sugar sweetness to it, which I thought was really good. Was it like mind-blowingly good? No. Like I got like all these messages like, bro, I tried the Big Easy batch. It's not nearly as good as you said it was. What are you tasting? I'm like, whatever, man. Like to me, it does. It had I probably buy every single Booker's. I don't think every reviewer buys every Booker's like I do. So I've tried a lot of Booker's, and this one definitely to me was an elevated sweetness. So is this Mr. Magoo reading about whiskey? Yeah, pretty much. Nick Foles, in my area, get Booker's when it's not great batch. It doesn't sell. Then when a good batch releases, I never see it because the old batch sits and stores won't bring in more. It's actually a good point. All right, Big Easy batch. Well, I'm going to start with the milkshake. I don't want to do the Big Easy first. Let's go with the milkshake. Chocolate milkshake. If you all super chats for the rest of 26 go towards Jason's readers. I'm going to end up getting readers soon, guys. I think it's time, honestly. I know we joke around about it a lot, but yeah. Just trying to get this to open up a little bit, guys. That's exactly what happens. Also, yeah, I'm going to have Big Easy has gotten so good with air. I get a lot of peanut. Yeah, I think that's what's happening with Big Easy. I feel like it's losing the brown sugar. Yeah, stores here in Columbus still have batches from last year still sitting on the shelf for sure. Maybe Ralphie can tell you where he got his steampunker. Should I get like a monocle and just be like, what does that say? Maybe a monocle could help. All right, so typical. I'm not getting a lot of peanut on the milkshake. Again, I'm just getting like some good caramel, bourbon, vanilla goodness. It's nothing crazy. Like it sucks because you see the label color and you see the word milkshake and you want to think you're getting chocolate in here, but I don't think I'm getting chocolate. I think my brain is trying to tell me I'm getting chocolate. I don't know if I'm getting chocolate. Holy shit. That sucker drink's hot. I would say, maybe there is more peanut there than I thought. The first couple sips, I feel like, again, I think I'm getting this with all Bookers. I think every time I first crack open a Bookers, I don't get the peanut right away. It comes off a little bit more sweet. But then as it opens up, that Booker's signature peanut note comes to the forefront. It's like, so this, I'm getting more sweet than I'm getting peanut. But that sip, now I'm starting to get the peanut. So the peanut is there. But again, it's more brown sugar. It's more caramel vanilla. I don't know if I would grade this like something amazing, but it's a good Bookers. I think, again, we're getting to a spot with these Bookers that are about 7 years old that they're all becoming now pretty consistent. I think there's good flavors here. I think if you're a Booker's fan, you really like this. I still do think it's on the sweeter side versus the peanut shell side. There's a good amount of oak here, I think. I think for a 7-year Booker's, this is probably, and if you guys in the chat have tried this, let me know if you agree. I feel like this is more of an oaky profile than I've tasted with Bookers in the past. I feel like the oak is pretty prevalent here, whereas I feel like with this one, with the Big Easy batch, I feel like you get brown sugar, but I feel like you still get a little bit. Sometimes if you put in a blind, you get that youthful kick that it can have at 7 years old. But I feel like there's more oak here on the milkshake batch, which makes it feel darker, which is maybe why they called it milkshake. I'm not sure. Connoisseur Cigar says second best Bookers this year. Are you talking about the milkshake, Eric? Second best Bookers this year because there's only 2 of them so far. See, and then you go to the Big Easy batch, and now you smell how sweet it is. This is just way more brown sugar and sweeter. I think I'm still a Big Easy fan. The Big Easy just has like more candy and sugar on it to me versus the milkshake. The milkshake, more oak for sure. a little bit more spice, but less sweet than the Big Easy. So if you like Booker's a little bit more peanut forward, more oak, you're going to love the milkshake. I think the Big Easy batch, though, still wins when it comes to more of the sweet flavors that I think people look for. I get a lot of vanilla on the nose, but dark cocoa or chocolate on the palate. So black beer bourbon. If you are getting chocolate, I feel like I am getting chocolate on the milkshake. I just hesitate to say I am because I don't know if it's a head game. Because you read milkshake and you think chocolatey, ice creamy, stuff like that. So I feel like it just like fucks with your mind a little bit. Because if you're going to name something milkshake, it better be sweet and taste milkshakey. I still feel like it does translate maybe to a little. I don't think it's chocolate. I think it's more of maybe like a dry cocoa powder, because I think the back end has like a dry oak note to it. So maybe the cocoa powder's there. I don't know. I still feel like, maybe it's messing with me. I'm going to have to go back to this on a fresh palate and really see if I'm picking up the cocoa again. I still think it's another solid batch of Booker's, but I still think the Big Easy batch is still going to be the favorite because it has that really, really deep, rich brown sugar note on it. Okay, Block, I got you. Oak often presents as chocolate for me, says Connoisseur Cigar. Yeah, for me too in most cases. But again, I feel like I'm just hesitating to say chocolate because it's named Milkshake and the color of the label is chocolate. So it's like it's messing with your head in a way. It's like programming you to say chocolate. There's a little chocolate somewhere in the yeah, that's where I'm getting it, Jeff. Like on the very end with the oak, I feel like I'm picking up a little bit of cocoa powder. I don't think it's chocolate. I think it's more of like a bitter cocoa powder note. Top 5 reasons. There are 420 plus people in your chat because everybody watching is awesome. That's number 5. Everybody everybody watching is awesome. Again, that's reason number 4. Everybody in the chat likes to hear me rant. That's number 3. Everybody in the chat likes to see me struggle with not being able to read. That's number 2. And the number 1 reason is everyone's awesome. So there you go. Top 5 reasons why there's 400 people plus in the chat. I love it. And at the same time, it's because it's because I think, I feel like you guys watch every week because I'm going to give you an honest opinion, whether I like it or not. And I think the rants are the bonus. Matt Carter says, I'm here for the sneakers. Jason Abalo for the 300th like. 400 in chat. We should be at 350 plus likes. I'm watching because I like Booker's and this channel. Oh, thanks, John. I appreciate you, man. I the more I sip this, the more I dig it. I just like the darkness of it. I like the oak in it. And if that oak gets a little sweeter with airtime, this could actually be a really good Booker's. One more sip of the Big Easy. Yeah, the Big Easy has the sugary sweetness, and I think that's what people would get drawn to. But if you like oak, you like some peanut, I think the milkshake will do it for you. So definitely 2 different batches for the first 2 of for Booker's for this year. But overall, I think they're both pretty good. They're not going to be game changers for anyone. I'm just trying to break down like the flavors between the 2. If you like sweet and candy, it's going to be Big Easy. You like a little bit more oak, a little bit more peanut. It's and definitely more spice here. I think it's got a nice spice punch to it as well on the palate. Possibly some cocoa powder, but I'm gonna have to test that theory again on a clear palate. I'm not just gonna say it as cocoa powder because it's a damn chocolate color label, but there might be some cocoa powder on the back end of this one. So there you go. Booker's Milkshake, pretty good. I don't mind it. Wonder why we aren't seeing old Booker's barrels since they have to be sitting on old barrels. Guess they don't want to have to uphold that level of age. Yeah, Blend the Bookers together. Okay. Oh, that's actually a good idea. What if I put a little bit of sweetness? Wait, should I do the sweet added to the milkshake, or should I do some? No, I'm gonna do. I think it does better when you have a more. The milkshake comes off to more me as like a good base whiskey where you have oak, you have some sweet, you have a little bit of baking spice. So adding this hopefully will maybe amp up the sweet a little bit more, and maybe we just make one big vat of like Big Easy. We could just call it the Big Easy milkshake. The Big Easy milkshake blend. That sounds fantastic, actually. Let's see. I'll tell you what, guys. Right now, that fucking nose is killer. Oh my god. Has anyone done this yet? Oh, dude, if this tastes as good as it smells. Guys, it might be worth just getting these two bottles to blend them together. The blend is that good. Dude.
Till it's cool, just cool, into the mouth. Nice.
I got some new clips to have tonight. Holy shit.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
This is good. This is good, not shit. This is actually really good. Oh my god. So you're saying Booker's could be good if Beam had a good bourbon? Most of the time shit. This is most of the time shit when you blend the shit together. I need to play with the proportions of that, but I think that could be a fantastic blend if you blend them together in the right proportions. Dude, that's a good blend. If you have both, do it. I know Jeff Gamma, I know you have both. Dude, pour like a good amount of the milkshake and then pour a little bit of the Big Easy in it and let me know what you think of that. I need the dancing pasta video. Yes, let's do it because the blend was so good. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, that is me as a kid. Just so you guys know. No, it's not. I'm just messing with you. All right, guys. I have what time is it? Oh, 10:54. All right, we can go a little over. I got some time. All right, so I'm going to crack open some of these Dark Arts. So Macaulay and the team over at Dark Arts was kind enough to send me all the Kentucky Bourbon Festival releases. Holy shit. So Dark Arts is doing something very smart. Something very smart. They garnered a lot of attention last year when they released that really good Buffalo Turkey blend at Kentucky Bourbon Festival last year. So they're doubling down. They are going into it and like we did that once, but now we're going to bring some pretty significant whiskeys to that event. Now, whether or not some of these make it outside of the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, we don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. There's probably going to be some that sell out and probably going to be some that hang around. But I'm going to 1, 2, 3. Jesus Christ, there's 6 of these. All right. Come on. I should have unwrapped these first, guys. Sorry. This is probably annoyingly loud. Okay, so a couple of these did leak a little bit, but we're going to get, man, some of these are freaking dark. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Holy shit. Okay. If you are going to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival this year, here is your chance. Oh, it wasn't loud? Okay, sorry. I felt like it was. Yeah, I'm definitely going to crack one of these takes. I'll choose one of them here. I'm not going to taste all these, but I will. I'm going to read the descriptions. All right, and then you guys in the chat tell me which ones you want me to taste. I'll do 3 real quick. Okay, so let's get into this. I have the Chief Alchemist Reserve Cuvée 19-year Mizunara cask Kentucky straight bourbon, finished for 7 years in a Mizunara cask and bottle 115 proof. I have the Flight of Icarus 11.5-year hazmat Kentucky straight bourbon. I have the 13-year double oaked French oak Kentucky straight bourbon. Well, we're just going to fucking do that one, so nobody gets a choice there. The Supernova 21-year hazmat Indiana light whiskey. Light whiskey, I'll skip. Light whiskey's good, but I'm just going to skip that one. Trevu Quintessence 15-year Indiana rye. We're definitely trying that one. And the Kentucky Bourbon Festival exclusive single barrel selection. 9-year bourbon was selected by the Kentucky Bourbon Festival and finished in Oloroso sherry cask, drawing dark fruit, chocolate, and all the things. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me find the 13-year. That's the Icarus. I don't think we're going to do that one. This is the Cuvée. The Cuvée one actually sounds interesting to me. This is the French oak one. Keeping that one. We're not doing the Supernova. And this should be the other ones. This is the This is the 15-year Indiana rye. And this is the KBF single barrel. Let's try these 3. Let's see what people at the KBF is going to get. I'm excited for these. All right. I'm so excited for this French oak one. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think I'm going to pour that Mizunara one at 19 years too. I mean, you say 19 years. Dude. Nope. It's the Cuvée. The Cuvée 19-year Mizunara. We have to try that one too, guys. We have to. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to get to the damn Providence ones. These are pretty legit. Oh my god. Oh my god, the smell coming off that one's insane. Okay. Last one. I don't even know which one to start with, guys. This is crazy. Anybody, let me know in the chat who's going to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Any of you guys got tickets? You guys going? Who's going? All right. This is the the French oak one. We're definitely starting with this one. All right, guys, here we go. Going. Jealous of you, KBF folks. This is Providence. 13-year double oak French oak Kentucky straight bourbon. 13 years in oak, then transferred once more. This 13-year-old bourbon was given a second encounter with French oak, adding another layer of depth. 125.2 proof. Mash flow 78, 10, 12. It's Heaven Hill. The result is bold, decadent, unapologetically rich. This is going to be $200 at the festival. This is a $200 bottle right here. Is it $200 bottle? Is it $200 bottle? Is it $200 good? Oh, it smells so fantastic. But I smell more of the Heaven Hill than I do French oak. A little bit fruit forward. I'll be at KBF working with Glenn's Creek booth, says C Blank. Oh, awesome, dude. That's really cool. That cuvee is $500. Oh my gosh. Kraken says not allowed to fly with this anklet, otherwise I'd be there. All these unapologetic releases. I want just one apologetic bottle. you t- the French oak is prevalent there. I feel like it's giving you the texture and it's giving you the chocolate that you get from French oak. It also is giving a slight bitterness too from this one. The Heaven Hill profile is strong. Honey, caramel, a little bit of that nuttiness, coupled with that chocolate note, a little bit of spice. The texture is fantastic on this. I don't know if this is $200 though. That third sip, the more you sip this, the more chocolatey it gets. So if you like a chocolate forward profile with a little bit of spice, then that French oak is going to be right up your alley. Yeah, French oak. I've been working with French oak for the last 4 or 5 months, and man, it's tough to work with. It definitely gives you some off flavors here and there. So it's like, do you leave it in longer? Do you take it out right away? It can do some stuff to whiskey real quick. But I think in this case, it's pretty good. I think it added texture and added chocolate to it, which is kind of what you want with French oak. But I don't know. I like it. I think it's good. It's borderline great. But I'm kind of digging it. I wish I had a little bit more sweetness because I feel like the French oak, I think the barrel spice and the chocolate, it's a little bit of a bitter chocolate, which is taking over the back end of the palate a little bit. But overall, damn good whiskey. Yeah, I would think kind of Mexican hot chocolate might be a really good way to put it. Let me see what they write here. Draws layers of chocolate, toasted nuts, which we said, vanilla, and baking spice while maintaining the structure. Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's chocolate, that Heaven Hill nuttiness, vanilla, and baking spice. That's pretty much what I said. And that's what it tastes like. I wish it had more of the rich fruit flavor you get from French oak sometimes, but I think it leaned into the chocolate. You just never know with French oak sometimes. All right, next we're going to go into the... What is it? What is it called? The Trevu Quinton says 15-year Indiana rye. Yes, 15-year Indiana rye. This is the closest thing I'm going to get to Bullet 20 year. This is like fuck you, Bullet 20. It's 5 years less, but we're there with you. Oh man, the nose on this is fantastic. This is going to sound like a weird combination, but it smells like breakfast and breakfast, like waffles and mint. Is that weird? It sounds weird. Getting mintiness, but I'm also getting like a breakfasty. Is it like a maple syrup? I'm getting a ton of mint and rosemary and tarragon and all those like leafy or maybe like a little oregano or oregano if you're from the British, if you're from, if you're from Great Britain. Maybe a little pine, Nathan. That might be a good call. I think it might be a little piney. I think pine's a good call. The palate is very citrusy. It's orange, pine, mint, lemon. I'm not getting a lot beyond that, but this is a very, very herbal rye. Yeah, yeah. Cam, please send Jason samples so we can hearing him bitch about about the 20. We in overtime? Awesome. Yeah, we'll go a little overtime. Any Eggo with a hint of marzipan? There's no marzipan in here, Trav. But yeah, this is a very herbal rye. If you like herbal citrusy ryes, this is going to be your jam. Listen, and the reason why we're tasting through these because you know a bunch of these bottles are going to end up on secondary. It's going to depend on what you're going to want to buy. This one is coming in at $200 as well. For my palate, it's too piney. I could deal with the rosemary, oregano, some of like those herbal flavors it has. I swear to God, I get tarragon in here. Tarragon, pine, orange, lemon, all of that. But yeah, it's just, I wish it had like another level of like rye sweetness to balance out all that herbal quality. But if you like an herbal rye, like, dude, spice rack in the glass, that's going to be your rye. That rye is, it's kind of interesting too because it's like super unique. So I'm kind of digging it. I don't know if I would go to it all the time. It's a very unique rye whiskey, which I would probably put that in Dark Arts' favor. I think the fact that they have this and it's a very herbal, I think it's a good thing for them because it's very unique. There's not many ryes I've had this that are this herbal. Yeah, usually you get some mint, you get some citrus. This is, I'm telling you, if you try this, you're going to get some very interesting green herbal flavors. For me, I get rosemary, tarragon, and oregano literally on this whiskey, which is you don't find that every day. So I think for some people it's gonna be like, wait, what the hell are you tasting? But I cook with those herbs all the time, so I know what I'm tasting. I'm not just making this shit up. I promise you. But yeah, if you like herbal ryes, that's gonna be the shit for you. So that might be one you want to seek out. Dark Arts. All right. So, well, that's the KBF single barrel, and then this is the cuvee. Let me just go to the single barrel because that cuvee has a high level of Mizunara. I want to save that. So this is the Kentucky Bourbon Festival exclusive single barrel selection. This 9-year bourbon was selected by the finished in Oloroso sherry casks. All right. So we have a sherry finished single barrel for KBF. Also, this one's $100. $100. 118.4 proof. Let's see what we got here, guys. All of these notes are made up. People who only eat frozen chicken nuggets. Yeah, pretty much. You will go for it so infrequently, tarragon will start growing in the bottle. It might, Brad. Brad, say hi to Velveeta for me. Wow, the sherry's there. Chocolatey, raisiny goodness. Maybe a little bit of like raspberry jam. So spaghetti in a glass. No, there's no tomatoes in there. It's like an herb garden, really. It's not really, yeah. It's just, I'm telling you, if you've ever done one of like those nose your bourbon kits and you smell through all the herbs, I'm telling you, that rye will remind you a lot of those different herbs. Well, I'll tell you what, that's delicious. What's in this? Mash bill of 51% corn, 39% rye, and 10% malted rye. Oh, this is that highest rye mash bill from MGP. This expression carries a rich current of cherry, chocolate. This is really good. So I might be in the minority, but I love that mash bill from MGP, the highest rye bourbon mash bill, where it's 51% corn and 49% rye, but 10% of the rye is malted rye. That's what this is. And to put that in a sherry cask, that's stupid. I want a bottle of that right now. That is so good. It is chocolatey. It tastes like a chocolate-covered Fig Newton. Holy shit. That is good. Oh, man. So we did a barrel pick a few years ago where we picked a really, really fantastic barrel at MGP of that highest rye bourbon mash bill. It's one of my favorite picks that we did. It was 8 years old, and it was fantastic. To put that in a sherry cask and see what you get with that chocolatey vibe is so good. And out of all of them, this is the cheapest one. It's $100. I want a bottle of that so bad. It's just different, and it's super viscous, and it's just mouth coating, and it's different. And oh man, this is my jam right here. Oh, it's getting so chocolatey and figgy. Chocolate. Do they make chocolate covered Fig Newtons? Because if they don't, they should. The Remus Red bottle. Yeah, that highest rye mash bill slaps. Dude, Nathan, I'm going to tell them to bring this. If they come, I'm telling them to bring this. This is so good. Yeah, it's criminally underrated, that bottle. That mash bill is so underrated. It really does. It's terrible, but whatever. Leave more on the shelf for us, for people to actually appreciate it. Guys, the KBF single barrel at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, that is an immediate buy if you can get it. $100 for that, 9 years old? Fuck, yes. If you go, I won't be there, but if you go and you're there, go up to the little table there, go up to Dark Arts and tell them Mash and Drum told me to buy the KBF single barrel because it's fucking delicious and it tastes like chocolate covered Fig Newtons. Thank you. Buy this immediately. And if you could buy two, somebody buy me one because I'm going to want to bottle this immediately. This is so good. Okay. Got to clean my palate here. It's $10 overpriced. Hey, it's still not $200 like the others. All right, we're gonna get into the big dog here, and then we'll call it a night. Guys, again, really, if you've been hanging out for the whole stream, thank you so much for chilling out with me tonight. This is awesome. Please, if you're thinking about donating a bottle to next week's Blendageddon Finals, please click that link, the pin link above. You could donate a sample kit. You could donate a bottle. Everything helps. All the money, all the proceeds is going to Nationwide Children's Hospital. Guys, this is what's happening next week. We are ready to go. The 2025-26 Blendageddon Whiskey Challenge number 8 is happening. That's right, guys. If you've forgotten what the bracket looks like, it's going to be Wallace Hare, Dusty Dan, Darrell Stewart, who is a repeating champion. Darrell is going for the 3-peat. Jeff Aldis and Bo's Wine Guy with the wild card blend, all going head to head next week. So get ready. It's going to be a hell of a night. Plus, fucking Matt Porter is going to be on. We're going to hang out with Matt Porter. It's going to be amazing. So it's going to be a hell of a night of giving, a night of helping children. That's what we do here in the bourbon community. It's my favorite event to do each and every year, besides the Bardstown Blitz, but raising money for these kids and these families. Let's do it. And then if I can, I will make a donation live that night. Wednesday night next week, I will make the donation right then and there through PayPal. So let's go. Okay. This is the Mizunara one. So this is the Cuvée. This is the Chief Alchemist Reserve Cuvée 19-year Mizunara Cask Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Holy shit. 19 years of patience brought together with intention. The Cuvée is an exceptionally mature bourbon finished for 7 years. 7 years in Mizunara? That's wild. Bottled at 115 proof, 75 corn, 21 rye, and 4% malted barley. We got an NGP 15 year in here, guys. Okay. This is the $500. This is the big dog. This is $500. Jason, I don't have a PayPal account. If I send it as a super chat, can you take it and put it towards it? I could do that, Robert. I could do it, Robert, for sure. You could do Venmo too if you want. For no reason, pinned comments are on the bottom now. Are they on the bottom? Shit. Okay. Go to the bottom. Oh, the nose on this is stupid. So you get the oak, you get a lot of tobacco, like cherry, borderline cherry tobacco, but more just sweet tobacco. Toasted coconut. Get toasted coconut in here. Crazy. You definitely get a little bit like that Mizunara sandalwood note, but toasted coconut for sure. Lots of oak again. Okay, cheers. Okay. This thing takes you for a ride. Holy shit, it's still going. This is a chameleon of a whiskey. It just changes colors and flavors as it develops on your palate. It goes from you immediately get the age. Like that aged MGP is paramount up front. The oak, the beautifully sweet oak, the sweet tobacco. Then it glides into like this combination of coconut, toasted coconut. There's like a brown butter creme brulee thing happening right in the mid palate. That's really deep and rich. It's almost like someone went a little bit too crazy with the torch on top of the creme brulee. And then it just leans into this spicy Mizunara finish where you get tons of baking spice, but it's combined with like that little bit of like a sandalwood note that you get with Mizunara. And again, more oak and sweet tobacco. But these different spots of like sweetness pop up along the way to balance out the oak and everything else. I got to talk to Macaulay about like Mizunara, how it ages. That seems Mizunara is a very porous wood, so you feel like, man, is that too long in Mizunara? It gives it like this candy coated finish to it. Holy shit. Oh man. I hate to tell you guys, but that's probably the best one I've had. As good as that KBF Sherry single barrel is, that Mizunara 19 year is unfucking believable. That is one of the best bourbons I've had this year. And I hate that it's $500, but I get why. It's Mizunara. Mizunara is extremely expensive. Oh my God, I'm going to have to get a bottle of this. Dear Lord. Maybe that's the key to Mizunara. Because I hated the Four Roses Mizunara, and that was 6 years old. Maybe Mizunara is really good with like 19-year shit. This is crazy good. The flavors go everywhere. Chocolate, honey, creme brulee, toasted coconut, sweet tobacco, chocolate, oak. I mean, it's crazy. And the entire experience on your palate is just buttery, velvety goodness. Is that velvet? It is. It's velvet. Oh my God. Okay. That Cuvée 19 year is ridiculous. That is one of the best bourbons I've had this year. Hands down. I'm telling you, I like that more. This is going to sound crazy, but I like this more than the Four Roses Anthology. I like this more than I got to choose. I definitely like it more than Knob Creek 21. This thing it's ridiculous. This is a bourbon of the year candidate type of experience, guys. I'm telling you, when you try, if anybody's lucky enough to get this bottle and try it, it is ridiculous. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm doing a video on that. Doc Ott, ready to go, guys. So if you're going to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, I highly recommend the KBF Single Barrel. That's the highest rye mash bill from MGP. And this Chief Alchemist Cuvée Reserve 19 year is ridiculous. Get a bottle. And again, if you could buy two, get me one. I'd appreciate it. All right, guys. We're going to call it a night. We will see you next week right here with Mr. ADHD Whiskey himself, Matt Porter, in the house, raising some money for Nationwide Children's Hospital. Guys, thank you for all of you for whoever donated a bottle. Guys, love you. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey. It's the people you share with. Cheers. I'll see you next week right here for the Blendageddon Finals on the Master and Drum. Patreon after party coming your way. Cheers, guys.